What is up everyone, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to another episode of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. My name is Miles Rowe and in today's video we'll be putting to the test the Sally Easter egg pistol. Now this was an Easter egg that was firstly launched about a month and a half ago ahead of the big news and the big announcement of the Black Ops 6 game. Now we had made a video about this, so if you guys haven't tried already, please make sure to follow this video that is now on the screen in order to unlock this challenge. Now, in Zombies, it's a completely different thing, and I was quite keen and interested to try this because the actual pistol and the build itself haven't been the best ones. So, unless you're playing hardcore in multiplayer, you're probably going to struggle to use them. So, my interest here is just to see how good they are in Zombies, because it's of course an Easter egg related to the Zombies game. I was just keen to see how well they do. The only thing that we have changed on this build was to add an extended magazine instead of the ammo type. So I'm not gonna bother you guys with the build on the screen. The only two things that you have to do is to remove the ammo type and just add the extended mag. Now, the other thing that we're probably gonna want to look at is how well it does in the tier 3 as well as the Dark Aether. I don't have an Elder Sigil and I probably would want to team up with someone to go into the Dark Aether, given that I'm not very confident with this pistol. So let's see how it does into the tier 3 area, and then afterwards we'll be taking it into the Dark Aether. So let's just hope we can get to do one of the Easter eggs into a tier 3, given that the new Unstable Rift had kind of moved things around on the map and people are not necessarily that much into the tier 3 area. I hope we can be able to do the Easter egg quickly, get the legendary tool, equip it on our Sally pistol, and then just carry on. So probably we're gonna try to do one or two bounty contracts, and then once we've done those, I'm just gonna try to skip the entire video into the Dark Aether. So the other thing that probably it's worth mentioning, if you're planning to use this pistol, the main thing that you'd want to focus on is to have good mobility. As always with any sort of pistols, the main thing about them is that you can be as agile as possible. So, you know, if you want to use the akimbo, great, but you could also remove the akimbo and maybe add some other things to it. But if you do change stuff to the actual pistol, the only two things that you don't want to change are the muzzle and the barrel. Want to change those, you won't have the engravements, so that will change kind of the visual aspect of the weapon. I'm probably also thinking that by doing that you're gonna have a much better weapon to play with, but this is a second story. So as you guys can see, it's not really that strong. So for that we've brought an Aether blade to help us, but I mean it's not really dealing a lot of damage. So I think this is gonna be the biggest problem we're gonna see with this pistol. So I can think that maybe by adding the mags of folding is gonna help, but I don't really think so, because what's gonna happen then, it's just gonna continuously shoot into zombies, but the damage outcome and the damage output is gonna be the same. Okay, so yeah, definitely up for a challenge here, but it's one of those things I really wanted to try it. I really wanted to put it out there for you guys, just, you know, not to waste your time either also trying this pistol in game. So if you had photo of it and you haven't came around to do it, you're not really missing that much. So this is probably what we're aiming to do with today's video. Okay. In the meantime, guys, you know, general question out there, what do you think is going to happen with Modern Warfare 3 Zombies when Black Ops 6 is going to be launched? I have two theories here. Of course, there's loads of people which like Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, and you know, they're not necessarily fans of the round base. So my concern here is that once the game will be launched, we won't be seeing any sort of care or attention on the Modern Warfare 3 Zombies game, which might impact a lot of the fans out there. And I think we have seen this recently with a lot of people complaining about the server quality. I haven't necessarily had any issues myself, so that's probably because in Europe the servers are a bit different, but I have seen a lot of people which they struggled in the United States. So that's definitely an issue that I'm sure they're gonna address. But if we're seeing this now when the game is not out yet, the game being Black Ops 6, we're probably gonna see less development being made beyond that. So yeah, let's just hope that's not going to be the case. Let's just hope the game will still get some love. I think from my end, disregarding the Black Ops 6 content, I'm still gonna visit Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. I'm still gonna try to make content for you guys. So we're probably gonna do both games in parallel. Okay, let's go and help this guy quickly. Definitely one of the things I'm noticing with this pistol is that if you're in a lower tier zone with the PAP 1 and PAP 2, you're probably going to be absolutely okay. But it's just the tier 3 area that you're struggling for now. Okay. I was thinking to give him the PAP 3, but they seem to have the weapons already papped, so let's just move on. Cool, so let's go and get this Mangler killed. Now, Manglers usually have a bit more of a resistance when it comes down to the damage output. So, given that these pistols struggle to get rid of the normal zombies, I'm not expecting a miracle here either. So, yeah, let's see how it does. Okay, so definitely long range damage is not a thing, so don't rely on that. Probably gonna have to get really close and personal with this. Okay, let's aim for the Mangler. I mean, bear in mind, we also have Dash or Daggery, which doesn't really make a huge difference. I mean, I know for Akimbo pistols, sometimes it doesn't necessarily make a huge difference, but I have to say on other weapons, it was kind of helping a bit more with the aim assist, but yeah, with this one, I'm not sure if it's just the damage that is really low that it doesn't really feel like it's making an improvement. So far, it's not a huge change. But definitely the extended mag helps, because previously just having a normal mag, which I think would have been 29 or 30 bullets wouldn't have been enough. So at least in this way we have a bit more to play with. The reload speed, it's actually okay, and even without a perk, it's decent. But you would probably want to make sure that you have as many bullets as possible. Okay, so I mean, as you guys can see, even if you shoot for the head, it just doesn't land those critical shots. So it's yeah, it's not dealing an awful lot of damage. Yeah, so it's definitely going to be an interesting challenge, guys, especially if you're going to go into the Dark Aether. I'm glad now that we don't have the Elder Sigil, because you would probably been completely useless. But in the normal Dark Aether, it's going to be a good thing to try and to test. Right, so in this case, let me just play around a bit more, and then I will see you guys into the Dark Aether. Okay, everyone, so we're back. We found a trustworthy team that we could bring with us. So hopefully with their weapons, we'll be completely safe. Now, I have to say, so far, I haven't been incredibly surprised or amazed by this weapon. It was very much how my expectations were like. As I said, in multiplayer, unless you're playing hardcore, you're not gonna see, a super powerful weapon. So, yeah, this is definitely the thing that it's worth keeping in mind when you want to play with this weapon. Or I hope just by seeing this video, it'll give you the enough satisfaction that you don't have to actually play with it in game. I don't know what happened there earlier. I just couldn't do anything, so it just got stuck. We're out of it, so yeah. Okay, well, let's see how it does against the bounty. We've got Mega Abomination there. I did try to take down earlier Mega, and he was just extremely long, so we ended up using Juggernaut. So yeah, the same is gonna be here as well. I mean, it's not the worst weapon I've played with, but it's it's there in that list. I think the problem with it mainly is that it doesn't deal with a lot of damage, and I think even if you take the Akimbo off and you just play with it to make it a bit more damage proof, probably that's when you're gonna see some results. But you're just gonna take the visual aspect of things, so you're probably gonna have to remove the barrel, you're gonna have to remove the muzzle. So these are the things that are adding to the the Easter egg that everyone is kind of a fan of. So by doing that, you're already changing the weapon. So if you do want to play with the actual blueprint and the weapon that was available in this challenge, it's not going to be the most satisfactory weapon to play with. So just giving you guys this heads up, because it was something that, as I said, I really wanted to do. So I'm glad I'm trying it. I'm glad I'm sharing it with you guys, because I hope it'll just help you not to necessarily go in game and perhaps have high hopes and lose your items because it's not the weapon that is there to save you. Okay, so we saw a mercenary revive there, which yeah, was quite rare, but saved our colleague. But I mean, as you guys can see, I hope by taking all the limbs, it's gonna improve a bit the kind of quality of the weapon. But it is struggling. I have to say, it's struggling with normal zombies, and it struggled with HVTs. So yeah, it's not really a weapon that is gonna make any top tier weapon list. Okay, also a thing to ask you guys, so far, how did you feel about the Unstable Rift? I know there had been a few kind of comments here and there, people saying that yeah, it's great. Some people saying that it's probably the worst update we've seen in the seasonal update. But I would be really interested to know from you guys watching this video, what do you think of it? Because I do think it's good that we can reduce the cooldown fully. It's cool that we have this really nice camo that we get as a reward. But is it something that was like a nice Easter egg or challenging Easter egg that we had to do? No, it wasn't, and probably we will only see one more thing like that before the launch of Black Ops 6. So I'm a bit mixed about how to feel about the Unstable Rift, but just wanted to know how you guys feel about it, because it would be really handy to you know, get an idea of the stuff that people are following and watching more. Okay, so we've got now the escort mission, which probably we're gonna rely the most on our team, because they have clearly better weapons than we do. Just gonna whack sentry gun here. Yeah, so damage range as well on this weapon is, to say the least, horrible. So you know, don't rely on it to do too much. So probably you're gonna want to get really close and personal with it, and you know, just make sure you're there to deal with the damage. But again, guys, this is not this video. I'm not trying to put you off into even trying to get this weapon. I think it's a really cool Easter egg, and I think, you know, for anyone that is a fan of Black Ops 3 or nostalgic about it, you would want to get it. I personally was, so that's why I went and done the challenge. And as I said, if you guys need a tutorial, it's now on the screen, so you can check it out. But it's just kind of putting it to the test of Zombies, because in Zombies originally was a weapon that was quite iconic, and I think everyone was expecting it to also be iconic in this game. Unfortunately, it's not. It's just, as I said, it's a visual appealing Easter egg. But again, you know, if you want to have it in your inventory, it's a nice weapon to go and do the challenge for. So, as I said, it's just really for this test. I just wanted to convince myself that it's the case or not the case. So please don't take this video as a diss against the weapon. Okay, so I'm actually curious to see how he's gonna do at the end, because you know, there's an element of the fire rate there which really helps, and you know, a pistol like the Rinetti, for example, the conversion kit absolutely shreds there. So this doesn't really have a good fire rate. So I'm just curious to see how it's gonna do there. Okay, so even with all the limbs, it's not, I mean, it's not too bad now, I guess, but it's still not a weapon that I would choose to do my games or videos with. I think, as I said earlier, if you guys were planning to do it, I hope this video helps you not to kind of be in a situation where you potentially lose your stuff. It could easily happen if you're in the tier 3 area. You could easily get down and, you know, perhaps not get revived by anyone. And yeah, I just hope this helps you guys not to be in this situation. Okay, so we're on the last stretch of the mission, so let's see what's gonna happen. Okay. Yeah, I'm also glad we brought the Aether blade. That definitely helps when we've got loads of zombies nearby. So probably we just need to be as close as possible to the rest of the guys here. Right, let's just jump now to the small island where the disciple is and do this challenge quickly as well. Let's get rid of the spores. Yeah, so as you guys can see, even just the spores are taking a while to get destroyed. Just really, I think the problem with the pistol is just the damage output. Um, yeah, I'm glad at least I've changed the ammo mode for bigger mags. Because otherwise we'd have been stuck with like something around 30 30 bullets, which yeah wouldn't have been enough. Oh, okay, let's go and do this. Okay, so let's go. Let's throw this there. Yeah, I think if these guys wouldn't have been with us, we would have struggled with completing any of these missions here. So yeah, let's hope we can finish this. I mean, we've got loads of time, and of course there's no the Elder run, so we should be okay. One thing that is actually quite good when playing against the Disciple, and when they start doing the health ray on you, you can actually dismiss that quite quickly, which is quite good. I think some weapons are taking a bit longer to do that, but again, I think if you just had a bigger damage range or just overall bigger damage, it would have been a really good weapon. But I think in conclusion, guys, look, in the grand scheme of things, as I said, it's an amazing Easter egg. If you're a fan of Black Ops, you're probably gonna want this in your inventory. Is it a good weapon for zombies? No, it's not. And I don't mean, as I said, to be negative or dismissive, but other than the visual appeal to it, it's not really a weapon that is gonna, save your bacon in the game. It's cool. It's it's nice. It's definitely a weapon that reminds us of the original game, but when it comes down to the practicability of it, it's not there. It's probably a weapon that you can use in the tier 1 and tier 2 if you want to just do some particular challenges, but if you go to the tier 3 or the Dark Aether, you're gonna struggle with it, and if you don't have a team, you're probably gonna die quite quickly. So I wouldn't recommend it to do any particular hard challenges, especially for the unstable rift. There's no weapon for that, but it is a cool Easter egg, and it's a weapon that if you want to have in your inventory, you could unlock. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. You guys have been absolutely amazing as a community, so couldn't thank you guys enough. So see you in the next video soon, and as always, please do make sure to like, subscribe, and to leave a comment in the section down below.